Hello, my name is Todd with Mecklenburg County GIS, and this is the Polaris 3G video series. This video is titled Property Identification. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pull up a particular piece of property. I'm going to pull up my favorite property, which is 5501 Ruth Drive. And you can see we're presented with the property on the map. And I'm going to go over the various sections of the property identification screen, which is all of this information here. So you can see at the very top, we're presented with the parcel ID number, the GIS ID number, the address of the property, the owner's name. So we have both husband and wife here, for example. We also have a photo of the property. This has actually been enhanced. This year we've acquired street front photography of buildings on every parcel. This was done back in the late spring. So for example, for this property you can see a photo of the house back in May 30th. And if I'm interested in seeing the historical photo, I can click on this button down here, and then I'm presented with the historical photo, which was done back in 2000. So this is a major improvement in regards to street level building photography, which is good. And in some later videos I'll go over the links to Google Street View and to the bird's eye view, which is really cool. We've got another section called sharing. If you're interested in sending someone a link to this particular piece of property in Polaris, you can copy and paste by highlighting this, and you can put that in an email, or you can share this directly in Facebook, Twitter, Google, or Pinterest, which is pretty cool. Then there's the characteristics of the property. We have the legal description, the land area, what fire district, special district, municipality, what kind of land use there is. All this information is here. And if you see a link or any information highlighted here in this system, these are external links. They go out to other systems so you can get more information. So let's say for instance I wanted to get a copy of the actual recorded subdivision map. I could click on this link and it would go over to the Register of Deeds site, and I could get into their system and get that map. So let's say I wanted to get some more information in regards to this property. Let's say I want to get the assessed values, or the land value and the building values. I can get that through this link right here. And you can see here it loads that page, and I can print it, or I can close it and go back. If I want to see if the property taxes have been paid, I can go to this screen, which is the tax bill search screen. If I want to actually get a copy of the deed, there's a link within Polaris here to the property, and I can click here and it goes to the Register of Deeds site, and I can get a digital copy of that. We're also providing some other location and zoning information as far as ETJ area, whether I'm in a historic district, what my census tract number, and a lot of these layers are also listed down here in the related overlay section. Say for instance census tracts, I could click that on and I'm in 15.04. We also have many other links to some other sites. Let's say I'm interested in my home school assignment. I can click over to another application called GeoPortal, and I'm presented my high school, middle, and my elementary schools that this address would be applied to. If I want to know about magnet schools that are nearby, I can click on that link and I'm presented with a series of magnet schools that are nearby to that address. Voting information, my congressional representatives, my state, my county commission, and my Charlotte City Council are all included in this search as well. Quality of life dashboard. If you're wanting to know a lot of things in regards to demographics, socioeconomic, health, environment, education, tons of information in here. We link directly into this website based on the address that we have. So this is in this neighborhood profile area 40, for example. So check out this site. whenever you can. Really good. We have a lot of environmental information. A lot of times people want to know whether properties are within a floodplain or not. We've linked to the FEMA panel numbers, the actual FEMA maps, if you need a copy of that. We have the post-construction districts that we fall in and stream watersheds that we fall in. And if you decide you want to see any of those on the map, you can turn those on by just clicking on these in the overlays list. So you don't have to go back to the layers and label list. They're over here too, but you can also get to them down here, which makes it really handy. So let's say I need to see some more flood zone information. I can click on that link and then it sends me to another website called 3D Flood Zone. Let's say I need some more water information as far as floodplains, water buffers, watershed, post-construction. It sends me over to GeoPortal. Land information, MPL sites, soil types, land classification breakdowns. Lots of more information than what even Polaris has. So instead of reinventing the wheel, we link to other sites that have the information already available. We can check for address permit holds. So let's say, for instance, this property does have a hold, so if anybody were to try to pull a permit on this property, there would be a hold, so a reviewer would have to review it to approve whether the building needs to occur or not. And you can see for this one it's floodplain because this property, a floodplain intersects this piece of property. And let's say, for instance, you're interested in knowing what zip code you're in on this property. We don't present that over here in this, but you can do what's called an identify. So you activate the identify tool, and then you can click on the inside of this property, and there's a series of data sets at that location point that you can search for. So let's say I'm interested in zip codes. So I'm in zip code 28215. I'm interested in zoning. So at this location, it's R4. I'm interested in census tracts. I'm in census tract 1504. And then when I'm done, I can click this X and I can turn it off, and then I can go back to the property details page. So let's say I wanted to print out a property report. We provide you a button up here at the top called Property Report. So you click on that link, click on that button, and it'll generate your report here in just a second. So it's in PDF format, so you can save it and you can email it to someone, or you can save it to your hard drive and you have access to it anytime that you'd like. So I believe that is all that we have for property identification. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you get a lot of information out of it, and we'll see you in the next.